What's up, everybody? Team Reset, World of Matchups. Today we are breaking down the 2022 Seattle Seahawks. Okay, so in my mind, this team is going to be the worst team in the league this year. I just looked at their schedule. I see one, maybe 2 wins. It wouldn't surprise me if they got 0 wins this year. They trade Russell Wilson to the Denver Broncos. I said on the show last year, either he had to go or Pete Carroll had to go. The front office chose Russ. Denver overspent to get Russ. Seattle got a haul in return, but this is definitely a rebuilding team. Quarterback Drew Lock, quarterback Geno Smith. These kind of quarterbacks instill fear in nobody. Nobody. There's no defensive coordinator that's losing sleep over these guys. So, first things first, who's going to start? I think Drew Lock should start. As a Kansas City Chief fan, I got to see a little bit of Drew Lock. I watched his last game last year versus Kansas City. And if it wasn't for a defensive score, Kansas City would have lost that game. And I like the fact that Drew Lock can run and he's got moxie. To me, Geno Smith is just a bum. He's a camp body. I don't even think he's worthy of being a second-string quarterback, more or less a starter. So I would go with Lock. But the bottom line is that their offense, while they have weapons in DK Metcalf, who they overspent for, and guys like Tyler Lockett, who are boom or bust. Tyler Lockett's either 3 touchdowns or 2 catches for 7 yards. So there's just not enough consistency. I don't think they're going to make a whole lot of noise, especially when you have to play the likes of an Arizona, a San Francisco, and an LA Rams twice a year. They're in bad shape. Now, it's clear that they're looking towards the future. They're looking towards the horizon. They're potentially looking to tank, I believe, and select a quarterback out of this new quarterback class that's going to be coming out. Quarterbacks weren't that good this year, so they can probably let this first year evaporate, kind of tank quietly, and hope for the best next year. So, they have players. I mentioned DK Metcalf is great. They got players. They get Noah Fant over from Denver. Noah Fant is more than serviceable. I look for him to have a productive year because they're going to be down in a lot of games. So he's a good player there. They drafted Boye Mafe, who I wanted for my team. If he does anything this year, that's a plus. Artie Burns. There's worse guys cornerbacking in this league than Artie Burns. Shelby Harris, defensive tackle. They also get him from Denver. They've got some players. But are they the 12th man? No. Are they the Legion of Boom? No. Those days are clearly over. There's no real home field advantage in Seattle anymore. I mean, the best thing about Seattle right now is that it rains, and that's not even anything good at all. They're going to be in for a long season. I think they can beat the Jets. I do. That's a game that they have to win at home, and the Giants beat them at home last year. I think they'll be looking to get revenge for that game. Those are 2 wins I think they could potentially get. I don't think they can get any more than that. And like I said earlier, I'd be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised if they got 0 wins, if they just really went circling down the toilet. It wouldn't surprise me at all. This is how a lot of teams do building for the future. Chris Carson recently retired. Chris Carson's neck retired like 4 years ago. Guys like DJ Dallas instill fear in nobody. He's nothing but, a camp body, kick returner, punt returner. Their receiving core, then running back core are always hurt. They're always hurt, especially the running backs. I do like Kenneth Walker III. I like this guy. He's a sleeper. He'll be a building block for the future. I like what Rashad Penny did last year from like weeks 12 to 18. But the bottom line is that there's no receiving work for Rashad Penny. I think he caught like 1 ball, averaged like 1 target a game. So you're going to have to get a little bit more dynamic there to instill any kind of confidence, to galvanize any sort of the fan base out there in Seattle about anything good happening this year. I think Pete Carroll is an outdated coach. 3 yards in a cloud of dust needs to stop. I think he needs to probably retire. The guy's got COVID. I mean, we wish nothing bad on him. But Seattle's not going anywhere. Okay, let's face facts. Seattle is probably going to average like 10 to 14 points a game if they're lucky, and their defense is going to get their shit pushed in every single Sunday because they got nothing got no one out there that's going to really stop anybody. And so they're going to get run on by the bigger, stronger team, San Francisco, the Rams. They're going to get thrown on. They're in big trouble, but I got to do a breakdown for all 32 teams and leave nobody out. So this is what I'm doing for the Seattle Seahawks. I give them 2 wins, and that's going to be generous. I will say they will win 2 games this year. Whatever the OU is for them winning games this year, I would bet the under. I just can't see it, man. I don't know. There's really not much that instills a lot of confidence and hope in my mind about this team having a good season. Tomorrow, we will break down the Miami Dolphins, continuing the breakdown of all 32 teams here at World of Matchups. You can like and find us at grabit.com. Follow us on YouTube and all social media outlets for all quality NFL content. My name is Dexter Reed. See y'all tomorrow.